Abracadabra. That's what I say before going to bed at night. Abracadabra. That's what I say when I wake up in the morning. What it means is very simple. It's Aramaic. It's an ancient language, the language that Jesus spoke, and it means I create through my words, or through my words I create. Now, the spoken word, very, very important. Most great literature comes from the spoken word. For example, the Gettysburg Address, it was a speech, then it was written. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, the speech that Churchill gave. First, it was spoken, then it was written. Going back to the time of Jesus, you don't have to be Christian to appreciate the Sermon on the Mount. First, it was spoken, then it was written. Now, writing is the doing part of thinking, and although the spoken word is important, it evaporates, it's lost, and it was passed on through oral tradition throughout the years. But when Gutenberg invented this thing, the book, and not just any book, this is called a journal. He invented the book, which eventually was the Bible, and then all of a sudden, all the monks didn't have to copy again and again and again without a copy machine. I don't know how they did it, but the bottom line is the book changed everything because it educated people, and it allowed poverty to extinguish in many parts of the world because people could finally read and people were educated. Now, the best way to educate yourself as a masterminder is to do what I do. And this is my journal. This is one of my journals. I have many. And as you can see here, the pages are full. Now, this journal itself has generated over $3.5 million for me and my marketing partners, and it's not even half full. And I'm going to go to a page in the middle. I have many ideas. Idea 22, idea 37, idea 41. Well, I'm going to go to idea 77, and it says, recognition and celebration trainings lead to more sustainable cultures. Now, in any organization, you want a culture that's sustainable. And I remember creating a sustainable culture for a company that's an event marketing company. Now, they were hurting. They couldn't fill the rooms, and I helped them fill the room as their affiliate director. And all I did is, I did a lot of things, but one of the biggest things I did was I created more opportunities to celebrate. You have plenty of goals, my friends. You have plenty of things to do. You probably could always be more productive, but what you don't do enough of is celebrate. Why don't you celebrate and have a triumph session? Why not have a victory session? Before we start our meetings, our huddles, we always have a victory session. What's the greatest victory you had this morning, last week? What's a triumph you had last year? When you celebrate more often, your goals come to life. You probably have too many goals. As a masterminder, as a human being, as a father, a mother, if you have kids, as a civic leader, as a student, you have too many goals. I guarantee it. What you don't have enough of is celebration. So that's why I say, abracadabra. I create through my words. Through my words, I create. And when I do that every morning, it sets me up for this, my journal. Now let's go to idea 78, which is a continuation of recognition and celebration of any kind of training leads to more sustainable cultures. When I recognize someone, I'm recognizing you. You're in this mastermind. You did what it took to take responsibility to be here with other like-minded people. Big ideas come from other people, and big ideas are the result of little ideas that get bigger and bigger and bigger. So idea 78 is the next idea, and it was a bigger idea. And it's an example of idea 77. Now, BNI, Business Network International, was founded by my good friend, Ivan Meisner. Now, he founded that many, many years ago, and he considers himself an overnight success. It just took him 20 years. They make millions. They have over 6,000 meetings a week, and typically there's one in every city in this country. And what BNI does is if you asked any BNI member at a meeting, and you asked them what two words represent BNI more than any other two words, and they will say together as a group, givers gain. Let me repeat, givers gain. You only keep what you give away. That is the credo for BNI. So I thought, as a masterminder, I wanted to have some alliteration. Givers gain, that's GG. How about this, LL? Leaders listen. As a leader, you need to listen. You probably don't do enough of that as well. You don't celebrate enough and you don't listen enough. I mean, really actively listening to your kids, to your spouse if you're married, to your ex-spouse if you're not married anymore, to your friends, your colleagues, your masterminders. Before you start to create an argument or a response, listen actively, extract the nectar of the intended message, and watch what happens. And most importantly, journal your day, because if your life is worth living, it is definitely worth recording. And this little guy here becomes more and more valuable as I write and write and write. Who knows? This may be a $10 million journal. This is Alex Mondosian, and I'm proud to say that you are a masterminder just like me.